So, today, I put on my angel shirt because it cracks me up. A few weeks ago, I guess about a month ago, I did a conscious coffee and I did it in this shirt. And I don't even remember what the topic was, but that particular conscious coffee got like 15,000 views in about 3 days, and it was freaking phenomenal. So this morning I thought, I'm going to put on my angel shirt, my 15K view shirt, and I'm going to just, see what I see on getting views here. Like, maybe this is the lucky shirt. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this is just like the lucky shirt. Hey, morning Addison, morning KD, morning Rachel. So last night, I think Addison and I were up until like 1:30 in the morning, and we were making jokes about, just get into your flow, just do this, just do that. And here we are working our asses off, creating exactly what some people have been wanting from us. And we've been getting asked all these different questions about masturbation and about sex, and it's coming from you gentlemen. And I have been so lady focused that I've just been going, no, no, I'm putting it off. And there just comes a point when the universe just says, hey, listen right here. Like, this is what is needed. This is what is wanted. So get your butt in gear, girl, and create, like, you're teaching this. Why not take it out to the masses? Like, why not help even more people? And that's what I love being a coach, because I love being able to help so many people. And yeah, I teach on sex and I teach on all this different stuff, but I really teach on life abundance and manifestation and living in joy and, what I call that fuck yes lifestyle, like that thriving, just living in freedom and in orgasmic state in every part of your life. So I've been doing a lot of abundance coaching, a lot of mindset coaching, a lot of entrepreneurship, mompreneurs and everything, and really focused in on that. And I've been helping other coaches take their businesses to a whole new level, which has been my focus over the last 2 years. And the sex aspect has just kind of dwindled over here. And it's still a bubbly, hot, little sexy pot of education and knowledge and everything. And people who work with me, I teach on it. Like, I do. It is such a vital nutrient to our life. Well, this year, it seems that God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, morning, Jason, really has just gone, you really need to just lean a little bit more in here, because people are hungry. People want this. And some of the stuff that I know that I'm seeing that is coming in from both men and women. And, there will be a ladies program that's going to be coming out on this too. It's just, right now, it's just this influx of gentlemen just asking, craving, desiring help. So, bam, guess what? Here we are. We're giving it to you, okay? So, what is the comment? Life is a holistic experience. Everything in its space and time. Sometimes one thing at a time. Sometimes many things at once. But all together. Absolutely. Absolutely. You're so correct. Thank you for that comment. And it is a holistic experience. And, my title is Sex, Masturbation, Shame, and Life Just Feeling Kind of Ugh. And here's the reality. We live in a world, and like a couple days ago, I had done a conscious coffee, and I was just talking about the crazy crap that has been brought up in, for bills and stuff recently. None of it got passed, of course, because that's freaking crazy. But one of the ones that I was just mind blown on was that somebody actually, and I'm just this is an educated, probably a college educated person that thought this up and said, oh, let's see if we can get this passed. And I was like, I don't care how many masters you have or what your PhD is, you're still stupid. So, it's whoever created this is crazy. So here was what the bill was. The bill was that was presented was that they were going to, and this is here in Texas, okay? So I don't know what the rest of our awesome country was thinking or anything, but in Texas, somebody, I don't know, maybe just drank too much something or something. I have no idea what was going on, but the bill that had gotten passed, that was trying to get passed, that somebody had presented, did not get passed, was that they were going to fine men $100 every time they masturbated. $100 every time you masturbate? Like, there's just so much going on in that statement. Like, oh, can you imagine, guys? Every single time you masturbate, you have to clock in your masturbation and pay this fine for providing yourself pleasure. I mean, can you imagine what the sexual crimes rate would do in that instance? Like, how much more sexual crimes would we experience if men weren't allowed to masturbate or were fined $100 for touching themselves? Like, what? Huh? That's just crazy. Sexual crimes would go up. Anger, road rage would intensify horribly. Anger in general would, like, probably marital, you name it, the abuse rate would just increase. Suicide rate would probably increase. It would just be like anger, depression, sexual crimes, multiple abuses, all this different stuff. Not to mention, like, how the fuck are you going to track that anyway? Like, why would you do that? Taxpayers' dollars going on trying to track guys on, what are we going to do? Install little cameras on that? Yeah, you saw that too. It's really, really, it's crazy. It's so stupid that it's funny. But it's sad. It's really, really sad that somebody actually brought that in as though it was to be taken seriously and thought that they had a chance of it passing. I mean, who knows, right? We tend to give our liberties away, our rights away consistently because we're so damn fear-based. We're so focused on that somewhere along the line we could potentially do something crazy like that. Like, all of a sudden start fining men for self-pleasuring. And I think back to the turn of the century, the early 1900s, when women were diagnosed with hysteria, right? Women were diagnosed with hysteria. Hence the birth of the first vibrators, right? And vibrators cured hysteria, and anybody who's ever seen the movie Hysteria, you can get a really quick, Hollywood, fied version of it. But the reality is that it was all about women that were basically not getting an orgasm, not coming into orgasm or even climax during their sex. So they were being used as masturbation tools for their mates, for their partners. They weren't getting anything. The sexual buildup was coming on, and then all of a sudden, what happened? Well, the women started going freaking crazy is what happened. They were angry, they were sad, they were acting out, they were going, like, they were all manic and everything, and it was hysteria. And what they found out is that if a woman had an orgasm, a couple doctors get a hold of it, and they find out, oh, well, if we give a woman an orgasm, if we provide her pleasure, and she gets this release, and she fills her body with all these yummy chemicals, that drop down and make her feel good about herself. Wow, look at that. Hysteria, gone. Just gone. So we're going to do that to guys. Neither sex should be held back or shamed over their sexual expression, however they choose to have their sexual expression. And that's what we really deal with as a coach in general, no matter what you want to label the kind of coaching that I do, from erotic coaching to intimacy coaching, relationship coaching, sexual coaching, tantric coaching, Christian sex coaching. I kind of have the whole gamut going on there because my clients are all over the place too. Or if you want to say entrepreneur coaching, abundance coaching, law of attraction coaching, mindset, success coaching, prosperity coaching, it doesn't much matter. This little piece around shame in our sex, it can be a drop of fucking amazing stuff in there that feeds our soul, that feeds our creative energy, that drives our life force, that gives us vitality, that charges us up, that makes everything just like the world is a great place when we're getting some, right? Like, when we feel that, then it's just like, it's amazing. The world is amazing, and we have so much more energy, which is probably like while I'm talking 1,000 words per minute right now. It's boom, 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 boom. Why? Because I'm high on orgasm. I've been high on orgasm for the last few weeks. Like, it's just like, I'm just like riding all this yummy orgasmic juiciness. So it's just coming out in creative flow all over the place. Well, when we have that, that's exactly what happens. It doesn't much matter what is going on in your world. You need that orgasmic flow, that vitality for every single area of your life. And what we tend to do is we want to take it and we want to compartmentalize it and throw it over here and ignore it and act like it doesn't have anything to do with anything else, which is just a bunch of bull, because our sexual energy has everything to do with everything else. I encourage anybody who wants to challenge me on that to read Think and Grow Rich from Napoleon Hill, a book that was written back in the 1930s, okay? And Napoleon Hill wrote a phenomenal book above, far beyond the moment in time that he was writing it from. And he studied tons and tons of great leaders, visionaries, and game changers in our world. And what he came down to was the success secrets. And one of them, don't skip to this chapter, everybody, if you get this book, but Think and Grow Rich is a phenomenal book. It really does. It teaches the principles of the universe, of law of attraction. It's really, really great. But chapter 11, I love chapter 11. Chapter 11 talks about the importance of our sexual energy, and it's all about sexual transmutation and taking the sexual energy that we can accumulate and tap into and transmuting it into creative energy, into vision, into goals and desires, into motivation, into really truly taking that sexual energy and putting it out there into the world and doing great things with it, not just using it as a release tool for stress and everything, or to get us off while we're doing something in fantasy land or watching porn or anything. Now those are the areas that, not fantasy is great, porn is great, but what happens is we end up really addicted to this stuff because we don't learn how to be conscious masturbators. We don't learn how to be conscious lovers. And a lot of the stuff that I do in my coaching practice is all about becoming conscious, even right down to this right here where I'm talking about conscious coffee, right? Conscious coffee, we're just pulling in because it started out as a 6 a.m. broadcast live stream with me trying to figure my shit out and get used to live streaming, and I didn't know what the heck I was going to talk about, so I was just like, well, I'm going to just let God tell me what to talk about every day, and we're just going to see how this goes. And it just was like, after 30 days, I was like, don't stop. Well, that was 2 years ago now. And it was just this conscious flow of moving into the topics, into the heart-centered topics, the spirit-centered topics that really needed to be addressed and talked about, and just bringing different things about for people. Well, consciousness, which is also about awakening, some cultures, some beliefs might say enlightenment. It's just about becoming conscious of self, becoming conscious of energy, becoming conscious of source, God, the divine, the creator, universe, whatever you want to say. That there is so much more here, that everything does have a reason, that there's no such thing as coincidence, that things really do line up, that our thoughts dictate our life path, and that our emotions are our GPS system to our life path to tell us, are we on it, or are we completely straying away from what we really truly want to be doing? Okay? Not should. Notice I didn't say should, because what should is a shaming word. And back to sex, back to masturbation, back to conscious loving or lack of conscious loving, maybe addictive loving, maybe friction-based, maybe what I refer to as fast food, like McDonald's sex, where you just go through the drive-thru, you get off really quick, you don't really feel fulfilled, it kind of makes you go, ugh, you don't feel good about it, you know that you just did not feed your body, it's just kind of, and then you're hungry 2 seconds later and you just feel kind of nasty. Versus gourmet sex, where you just sit down and you really savor the food, and it's been just, it's the best quality high-end food, and it's just got these flavors, and it's just this beautiful palette of texture and flavor, and maybe they're sweet and savory and spicy and crunchy and soft and all this different stuff going on, right? Like really, really good food, you want to slow down and you want to enjoy. You want it. You crave more of it, but it also satisfies you at a deep level. Where fast food, you crave it because what? Addiction. Addictive chemicals, addictive things that it does to your body, but it makes you feel like crap. And it doesn't ever really fill you up. It leaves you empty and feeling yuck. We do that in our sex. We do that in our masturbation, okay? And we really have fast food and gourmet. Well, we have the fast food because, number one, we don't understand what gourmet means. We don't understand the word consciousness and sex. I know a lot of people are like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Sex is just like, two bodies come together, they do this, and that's that, right? It's a release. And then I feel better. I get some good sleep. It takes the stress off. I don't have the pressure in my body, whatever. I get the woo, but I don't really feel like, well, that's because you're not being conscious. You're not being present in your sex or in your masturbation. And then you also probably have a whole lot of shame or guilt wrapped up around your sex or around your masturbation practices. And that is just brought on by the way we've been raised, our media, all these different things out there. Women, we really suffer from what is known as the good girl complex, right? The good girl syndrome, where it's always about us, just like sex is for men, and it's hard for us women to get an orgasm, and we really shouldn't ask for much. Keep yourself quiet. Don't do this, don't do that. Ladies, sit like this. Make sure that you're always giving. Don't ask. No, and then what? And it's like, oh, if you want sex, then you're a slut, you're a whore. If you don't want sex, then you're a prude. If you have too many kids, well, oh my God, what's with that? If you don't have any kids, well, there's something wrong with you too. When did you lose your virginity? What's your body count? As if any of this matters. Guys, you get it too. But guys, it's more like, oh, he's just sowing his oats. Boys will be boys. Like that. But it's the notch in the headboard. It's all this different stuff. Oh, he's a man whore. He's this, he's that. We have so much negative thinking around our sex. We shame everybody without even trying. We make jokes about it as though it is meaningless or silly to enjoy sex, to want sex, to connect sexually, to be a sexual creature. And yet at our core, deep down, we want to let our sexual nature just stand firm for what it is. Be seen, be confident in it. Our sexual confidence, well, that dictates a lot of other things, right? It does. It dictates our health. It dictates our success. You get like what we talk about, guys having different complexes. You can notice that when somebody is not having a lot of sex or not having good sex, they're grumpier, they're nastier, they're quicker, they're shorter fused. There's a lot more ego. They might be cocky, where it's like, oh yeah, but they're just spewing out crap, and everybody knows that they're spewing out crap. So it doesn't like whatever. All of this stuff compiles up and causes a great big pot full of shit. And we're all mixed up in this shit. And we all have pieces of it stuck to us. And we all kind of reek a little from it. It's inevitable. We've grown up in this pot. But here's the thing. What we can do is we can make a decision to become more conscious in our beings, more conscious in our relationships, more conscious in our relating to life, and we can become more conscious in our sex, whether that is solo sex, masturbation, self-pleasuring, or it is our sex with a partner, or multiple partners. It doesn't much matter. I'm not going into that piece. But it really is just about being conscious and really opening up and healing our sex. Well, how do we do that? There's different practices for it. I mean, that's why I got originally years and years and years ago, we're talking, oh my God. We're talking on like, I am going on almost 30 years of tantric practice. Is that freaking right? Oh my God, I'm showing my age. Oh my God. Okay. Ignore that comment. Ignore it. We're not talking age right now. No, it doesn't matter. I'm just joking with you. Now, it's going on about 30 years of tantric practice, okay? And way back then in my teen years, I knew that I had tapped into something that was so much more complex and so much more yummy. And I got to go out the sexual gates with this tantric experience, with hours of lovemaking and big, yummy, juicy orgasms, deep orgasms, and, just like this total buildup and connection. And I was extremely blessed to have the partner that I had, that I lost my virginity to. No, that I experienced this depth of love and connection with, this beautiful experience, and then experienced it for multiple times over the course of a couple of years. And then, then I got the experience of average and ordinary, of fast food, of not wanting it, of duty sex, because one relationship ended, another relationship started. I didn't know what was going on. I had healing, I had exploration, I had to get to know self in order to know what I had lost and what I could have, and the blessing that I had, and why I was where I was at. And then fast forward, and then I end up coming back to this state of consciousness, to this desire to heal my sex, which also allowed me to heal other things going on in my world, everywhere from physical conditions that was starting to rise up. I had developed Crohn's, and the only area that I had not tapped into was my sexual healing component. I tapped into my sexual healing component, and guess what? The Crohn's just went away. It was just there to speak to me, to heal me in other ways. And then it also started to heal my financial picture. I went from not having purpose, not having the capability of maintaining, of making good cash flow consistently, of being able to provide for my family, to healing my sex. And guess what? Gaining confidence, gaining creativity, having an opening of mind, body, and spirit, and this desire to share, and the possibility of doing it, because I was charged up. I was now, yes, hungry for life, but I was also ignited by life. I was ignited by this new charging energy that I had re-tapped into. I think it's going to start raining. It is starting raining. So we're going to make this quick. So the gist of this is, and I see there's a couple comments on here. Hold on. Morning, Nick. Morning, Paul. Titus. Good morning. Mike. Morning. Leslie. Morning. I'm just looking. Lori. Nabini, what did you say? I cannot read the whole thing. Nabini says, preconceived ideas, expectations are counterproductive. Allowing experience evolve of its own can be difficult to learn. Self-acceptance is central and opens the way to accepting others. And I can't read. I'm not going to click the little see more button because it'll just totally mess everything up. I do encourage everybody to go read his comment here on that, for who's catching this on the actual live on my profile on other areas as well. Go friend me on Facebook or follow me so that you can read these amazing comments. Yes, again, correct, right on point. Thank you for being on point too. Nothing pisses me off more actually than somebody that gets on that just says hi, or good morning, and just doesn't make any valuable comments. I'm like, come on, people. Like, I know you got an opinion. I know you got a comment to make that's bigger and better than hi, or sexy, or love, or beautiful, or something like that. So, thank you. I'm in gratitude for that. And I will finish your comment as soon as I'm done with this. But I want to get this point out because last night, Addison and I set up until 1:30-ish in the morning. And we worked our butts off, and we really went into the concept of what has been being presented to us of masturbation coaching. And I've done a little bit of this with VIP clients and worked with people, and it's actually a practice that I share with most of my men and women clients around conscious masturbation practices and tools and skills, and really leaning into it. Well, what Addison and I have decided, and I'm pre-launching this without her permission, so sorry, Addison, you know how I roll, this is just the way it is. I didn't tell her I was doing this. I didn't know I was doing it. But what we ended up coming up with is a 9-session coaching platform. A 9-session coaching platform that is initially we're launching to help men. So it is conscious masturbation for men. And it is 9 sessions to help you get your juices flowing. That was my son-in-law's tagline. Ain't he awesome? I think that's kind of cute and funny and like playful, right? To get your juices flowing. Yeah. Thank you for that, Zach. So what we are doing, it's a family event around here. The strangest of topics go through my house. Like, you never know what you're going to be a party of, or how I'm going to pick your brain and say, hey, what do you think of this? But I had a whole bunch of male energy in the house last night, so I was asking the guys, Addison and I were connecting with them and asking them, like, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? So what we've done is we've compiled all of our training and education, my almost 30 years of practice, and what we have done is we have come up with 9 intensive coaching sessions for you gentlemen. And here's the freaking amazing thing on this, is it is going to be available to everybody. And this is also we are going to create an online course so that there is a home study version of this, but that is to come down the road. We are not starting with a home study version. This is actually going to be one-on-one, private, no group. There is no group, okay? Private coaching. You are going to get the opportunity, my sweet, sweet men out of the world who follow me, you're going to get the opportunity to work one-on-one with myself and one-on-one with Addison, and then you're also going to get joint sessions with us. So we are both sitting down with you, and we are helping you through the masturbation tools, and we're going to be teaching these tantric conscious presence exercises are based on your masturbation, where you are actually going to get to do exploratory work and experiential work in your masturbation with us. Wow. Right? Yeah. Can't even believe I said that. So it sounds a hell of a lot probably sexier than what it really, really is. I'm not going to touch you. She's not going to touch you. Sorry. This is phone and video coaching. So I'm going to put that little clause in there for you. But hey, we are going to actually really break it down for you. So if your masturbation game is not exactly what you want it to be, if you're kind of feeling like, I'm just not feeling this, if you're still doing things the way you were when you were 13, 14, 15 years old, and now it's just like not as stimulating, there's not as much sensation there, it's kind of just like, maybe you're having a tough time getting erections, maybe you're having a tough time holding an erection, maybe you've got premature ejaculation issues, maybe you would like to experience this weird and strange thing that tantric coaches and people who practice talk about, like Sting, 3-hour orgasm, being able to last for 3 hours, having multiple orgasms, dry orgasms, full body orgasms. Mind blowing. Can tell you what, I have this way with my lovers that even if they come to me on the front side of things and they don't know how to do that, my lovers typically, by the time our relationship is coming to its end, it's like I get them all the stuff that they really, really need, and they start to have these awesome full body experiences and everything. It's just like magical, but it's really just basic skills that I teach to my clients, my VIP clients, and I have for the last 10, 12 years now, and these conscious masturbation tools. And what Addison and I have just decided is that we are going to combine our knowledge, our resources, and take this beautiful practice of conscious masturbation for men on the starting point and bring it to you guys in a way that you can get the content, get the experience, the witnessing, and the actual education and training with our tutelage, our knowledge, and even our watching of things and guidance that will get you into this new mind-blowing experience for your solo pleasure. Through this process, you're also going to learn how to release the shame that you might be having. You're going to learn how to tap into more energy, You're going to be able to tap into so much more stuff. And guess what? Like I said on the front side of everything's about relationship, right? So guess what? Our sex plays a role in everything. So it's not too strange to think that if you get your solo game on, that your intimacy and your sexual expression with your partner is just going to intensify and get so much more yummy. You can go from fast food sex with your partner to gourmet sex with your partner. You're going to learn how all of this stuff weaves together. And I can tell you what, one of my favorite testimonies that I get from people all the time is that they come to me and they might be focused in on, like premature ejaculation ejaculation issues, or wanting to learn full body orgasm, or wanting to learn how to connect with their partner a little bit more sexually, or different things like that. But they're struggling financially, or they're just not, their life picture is not that great. And then they start working on their sex. And much like I experienced in my personal experience, I started working and doing the healing work around my sex and tapping into that yummy, juicy, and really just embracing that energy, right? Embracing myself, my sexual being. And what my clients experience is that their abundance starts to open up as well. So if you're kind of challenged in the sexual arena, and if you're also challenged or just feeling kind of lackluster in your finances, in your abundance, in your well-being, in your relationships in general, finding a partner, being with your partner, all that kind of stuff, well, working on this piece, guys, is going to do so much more than just give you better orgasm or, stronger, harder erections. Is actually going to tap into all of your life and change your whole picture. So this is not just about your sex. This is truly about your life, about creating that life of abundance, of thriving, of just vitality in every single area. So here's the bad news. We have it written down, but it's not fully built yet. So there's a whole bunch of details that I haven't really gone through because I didn't actually intend on this being like some salesy me telling you all about this stuff. But that's what we're doing, and it's fucking phenomenal, and I'm so stinking excited about it. And I know that it's going to touch so many of your guys' life, and it's going to provide you with 9 sessions that's just going to be able to like really, where you get that one-on-one attention. And then I can't wait to put together the home study course too, which we will be giving away free to anybody who does the one-on-one coaching with us. So you're going to get the home study course as well at the completion of your coaching with Addison and I. So there's a whole bunch of stuff. Look for it to come out. We are actually also launching a new website with the launch of this masturbation coaching. Addison and I have decided to compile some of our work and our expertise and launch a whole new website. So it will be coming out as well. I'm not going to tell you the title because I don't want you going and picking on our website quite yet, because it's not anywhere near done. This was 1:30 in the morning that we did this stuff, and it's actually pretty much all put together for the most part. It just needs to now be built. So that's what our teams are working on. And yeah, so look for it. It will be coming out in the next couple days because I want to get this out while it's just like bubbly and fresh and hot, and make it available to you guys at introductory rate as well. So definitely look for that. So yeah, sex, masturbation, solo practices, pleasure, yumminess, juiciness. How does it relate to our life? All that kind of stuff. If you've been following me for a little bit, you'll know that I bounce all over the place, but I'm always talking about the juicy vitality of life and the wellspring of orgasmic living. And it just really is. It's so powerful. I cannot encourage you enough or give testimony enough to the power of living orgasmically and tapping into this part of your world, of your being, and really truly accessing it, because it can change the whole game. And here's the reality: when you're happy, when you're living in vitality and orgasmic flow, then you're walking around with a completely different energy. And whether you want to admit it or not, you touch other people's lives consistently. And that ripple out effect of you bettering yourself is really how we better the world. And then we're not having this stupid ass freaking stuff that gets presented, because you know what, that bill that Texas wanted to pass on charging guys $100, like fining them $100 every time they masturbated, how cuckoo crazy is that? That bill was probably presented by somebody who is so in shame and denial and guilt. I have no clue who presented it, but I'm relatively certain that person is not, or people are not very confident in a certain area and have a lot of shame and misunderstanding and disgust around self, sex, and just the whole thing. Because sex is a very natural part of our life. It is a very big piece of our life. And to shame it and make it something dirty is just stupid. It's just completely stupid. King Solomon would have something to say about that, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because I think that, it's one of the sexiest books you could read, and it's right in the Bible, and it's very, very much on the yumminess of sexual connection and the consciousness, the presence of it. So that bullshit out there that we got going on in today's world, it is seriously a war against humanity, I think, that is going on, and with just a few very stupid people. So yeah, I'm not going to get too opinionated about that. I mean, I am too opinionated about it. No, I'm not too opinionated. I am just opinionated on it. It's, hey, if I think it's stupid, then I'm going to probably just say that's stupid. So look for the masturbation coaching for men to be coming out and probably sometime within the next week on that. Local Dallas people, Addison and I are, speaking of masturbation, how about oral sex? Might as well just go there, right? Yeah, another one of those, nasty, dirty things. Ew. You're not supposed to put your partner's genitals in your mouth and like please them and do these kinds of things. And ew, that's so gross. Fuck that. We are teaching oral pleasures, and this is our first time. We teach a class, generally every year we will teach a class on cunnilingus, and we will teach a class on blowjobs. And normally we do those at different times of the year. Like 1 month we'll do one, and then a month or two later we'll do the other. Guys, we always teach a blowjob class on Steak and Blowjob Day, which is exactly 1 month after Valentine's Day. And yes, it's a thing. This year we did not teach that, and we decided to compile our two classes together to make it an extended workshop. It is limited seating, and it is on the 22nd of June. So we are quite literally 3 weeks away from this. This is for all you local people. It is not going to be recorded. Now, the blowjob version of this is available on my website, okay? So if you want to just go and get that, you can't make it. It is available to you on the website. So it is called Oral Pleasures on my website. It is a home study course. It is a filming of, I believe last year or the year before's actual live training and everything, with a whole bunch of other content in there. And it is at a steal of a deal, which I do recommend that you go and grab, because I am going to be raising prices on all my home study stuff as well. It's right now in a spring discounted area, but you can go in and look at it, grab it if that's what you're wanting. But what we are doing is we are doing the creation of this. So this is going to be our first time where we pull the two together. It is co-ed. It is open to singles and couples, men and women over the age of 18. Okay? So there you go. There is not going to be any actual sexual acts going on. There's no nudity. There's no even live naked models. This is actually, I would say, one of our clean workshops. It is PG-13 because we are going to be doing actual lab work, and we're going to be working with partners, but we're going to be using fruit. Okay, so you are going to get to have a very fun, very playful, experiential workshop where you're going to come back with a massive amount of knowledge about cunnilingus, about blowjobs, fellatio, and what you're going to also learn is like, how do you get your partner to actually want to do that stuff? Like, how do you do this? Like, what are some of the tips, tricks that you could learn from a couple sex educators about how you actually interest your partner in wanting to give more blowjobs and wanting to go down? How do you, like, ladies, a lot of the times we kind of get insecure about different things. We get told different comments about our bodies and everything. Well, there's different things that Addison and I are going to be sharing with you about how we as women can really tune into our bodies, gain that confidence, and do certain things to make ourselves all the more juicier and yummier for our partners. And guys, we're going to teach you about how you can actually get your girl to not just do it because she's trying to dutifully get you off or make you happy, but actually crave your cock. Yes, crave a blowjob. Women craving blowjobs. Imagine that. Wouldn't that be hot? What if a woman actually got really wet and juicy and turned on from giving a guy a blowjob? Can you imagine that? I can, because it happens to me frequently. I love blowjobs. So, with the right people. I should put that in there. With the right person, blowjobs are great. So yeah, so we're going to be teaching these tips, tricks, and all this stuff, all this yummy stuff, and we're going to be providing you with a massive amount of education on it. So if you are local to the DFW area, get your butt on the link in the comments and sign up for it, okay? Because this class is already starting to fill up. It's already been, we have not really been promoting it. This is like my official big promotion here on Conscious Coffee for it. So I want you to just go and access it. But there's already a whole bunch of seats that have been sold on this. And we're only going to have space for about, I can't remember what the number is. So I can't remember. It's on the website. It's on the link. Go look. Sign up. Get in there, get to that class. It only happens once a year, so don't message me and say, when are you going to be doing it again? Because I'm going to say, well, if this one goes off, then we'll be doing it around the same time next year. If this one doesn't and we break it back up, then you can come to both of those classes, pay twice as much, and then it'll be on Steak and Blowjob Day and whenever we choose to do the cunnilingus one, which I don't know. It'll be sometimes next year. So that's the answer. There you go. You got it already. This class will happen again next year. So if you want to wait a year, fine. Do that. Otherwise, get your butt in there. Sign up for it right now, okay? Because you need to be there. Yeah, there you go. Everybody knows that I'm running free consults right now, micro consults, and I think everybody also knows that I am running my, I'm giving away a $300 value course, alignment ass kickery course, which is just designed of 10 days of alignment ass kickery. Stop fucking around. And it's built for entrepreneurs or anybody who really wants to change the game of their life and get into that abundance mindset, that flow. I give away 10 practices, principles. It's got a lot of content in it. I'm known for massive content. I don't fuck around with that stuff. I give you a college course in every single one of my courses. So make sure that you check out that Stop Fucking Around class, because it is a home study program. It is available global and it is free, but it is only going to be free for probably just a couple more weeks, and then it's gone and it's back up to its $300 mark, okay? So make sure that you grab that right now. Free consults, I'm doing micro consults available nationally, worldwide. If you can sit on the phone or on Facebook Messenger with me, then you can do the micro consult. It's a 30-minute consult. It is free as well. It's just me providing different opportunities so that you can take advantage of coaching possibilities, get a little bit more familiar with me, tell your story, and we can go ahead and look at what that blueprint for coaching would be for you. So yeah, links in comments, and I think I'm good. I think I'm good on that. And I see that my beautiful baby girl is watching me. Hi. My daughter's on here. Yep. And now she's probably going, oh my God, Mom. So I need to say, anybody else I need to say hi to? Morning, John. More Fabio. Oh, hey, Ray, Mark, Steven, Jennifer. I think I already got everybody else up there because I saw Titus already. So morning. Okay, guys, I am going to get off of here. Make sure that you click on all the links. Look for the masturbation coaching gentleman to come out, and our new website as well to come out. Launch. It's going to be fucking amazing. Can't wait to see what you guys do with it. And yeah, I wanted all these positive, like, oh man, that was so amazing. Those 9 sessions were amazing, incredible, changed my game. Yep. Got those juices flowing. So, all right, guys, as always, stop existing, start living. You can follow me at www.kendalwilliams.com, and I will catch you tomorrow with another Conscious Coffee. Love you guys.